All right. Well, once again, welcome everyone to this presentation. It's a masterclass about my upcoming workshop, Mushrooms 101, a workshop in foraging and cultivation. And my name's Amanda, for those of you who I don't know. Um, it feels good to be here. It's been a while since I've um, had a presentation to a group of people I haven't met before, so I got to get those jitters out, but I'm feeling good. Um, I'd love to just start out with a grounding meditation, if that feels good to you all. So when you're ready, you can just find yourself in a comfortable position. And if you haven't put yourself on mute, go ahead and do that. Um, and your camera can be on or off, your choice. Um, all right, so when you're ready, you can go ahead and close the eyes. We're just going to do a quick grounding meditation to connect to the mycelial network. So take a moment here to settle into your body. Take a couple grounding breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Okay. And so here, feel yourself settling a little bit more into your body. Feel the weight of yourself where you're seated or standing or lying down. Let your shoulders soften. Unclench your jaw. And return your attention to your breath. Slow, steady, and unforced. Now imagine that you're standing at the edge of a quiet forest. The air is cool and alive. With each inhale, you take in the scent of the earth and leaves. With each exhale, your body relaxes a little bit more. Picture the forest floor beneath you. Beneath the leaves and soil, a vast mycelial network is spreading, thin white threads weaving in all directions. This network connects trees, plants, fungi, and soil into a living conversation. Imagine gentle roots extending from the soles of your feet, reaching down into the earth. They meet this mycelial web, not as something separate, but as something you're already a part of. Notice the steadiness here, the patience, the quiet intelligence moving slowly, sharing resources, responding rather than rushing. Take one more breath and silently ask, what does it feel like to move through the world this way? Connected, supported, and in rhythm with nature. I'll read that again. What does it feel like to move through the world this way? Connected, supported, and in rhythm with nature. Hmm. And when you're ready, you can bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. and carry this sense of connection with you as we move through the presentation. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Um, all right, everyone. So welcome to tonight's presentation. I've already said all this, but this is a masterclass for my upcoming workshop in cultivation and wild foraging, Mushroom 101. My name is Amanda Lee, and my therapeutic practice is called Soul Beauty. And yeah, I'm just really so grateful to have you all here tonight. A quick introduction to me. Um, I've just been absolutely obsessed with mushrooms since I was a child. I would collect trinkets of mushrooms and frogs, actually. My grandma once told me that when I was like 3 years old, I used to call mushrooms froggy footstools. I was obsessed with frogs and mushrooms. And I must have heard the word toadstool and just mixed it up. So, froggy footstools. And it's pretty cool because I'm a mom. My son is almost 2 years old and he's also obsessed with frogs and mushrooms. So it's just in my lineage at this point. Um, I started wild foraging in 2012 when I was attending the Heartstone Herbal School, and that's in the Northeast, in upstate New York. And we had a monthly lesson. We'd meet once a month, and then one of the lessons was about immune support. And I learned about turkey tails and was able to go out and harvest my first ones and made a tincture with them. And um, yeah, just really started humble beginnings, just learning the basics. And so I've experienced gathering mushrooms in New York, Colorado, Oregon, and California. So I do have experience across the United States, not so much the South, but maybe one day. Um, and so as we move through the modules, we are going to have one module dedicated to wild foraging, and we'll get into all of it. So I began learning cultivation back in 2019. I was dating someone and he got really into mycology and was about to start the whole thing, and we broke up and I moved to California. And the girl I moved in with was doing the same thing. And it was like, oh, the mushrooms are whispering to me, like, this is an art form I need to learn. And so I ended up helping my new roommate out with the PF Tech, which we'll get into what that exactly is later, but it's a real basic beginner friendly um, technique. And so as we move on, you'll see I use the word tech, TEK, and that means technique. It's a growing uh, vocabulary word that you'll get used to. But in 2021, I visited San Jose del Pacifico, Oaxaca, Mexico, where there's an indigenous mushroom community. And this place is just so magical. Um, Mushrooms grow all over the mountains there, and there are beautiful healers and medicine keepers. Um, I really can't wait to return there with my son one day. And his dad is Mexican, and so we have um, that bloodline within my son. Um, and so, yeah, just returning him to his ancestral lands. I'm really excited for that when he's old enough. But yeah, in 2021, I began growing myself. And so I learned so much through trial and error. I am definitely a self-taught cultivator. I leaned heavy on YouTube and Reddit forums in the beginning. But sometimes that's just the best way to learn, and it's aligned with my human design. If anyone here knows about human design, I'm a 5'3" um, generator, but the 3-5 line is all about learning through experience and then sharing that experience with others. And so that's really my purpose and calling here is to learn and share, to empower you, empower others. And so here we are in 2026, and I'm really feeling called to share what I've learned and explore new techniques growing gourmet mushrooms for the first time. So I'll be growing uh, oh boy, shiitakes, um, king oyster, and lion's mane. And so I'm waiting on some of the genetics still to get here, but my background is in magic mushroom cultivation. But for the purpose of this workshop, I'm going to be focusing on the gourmet varieties. But that is to say that most of my experience is in the medicinal realm. And so all of those techniques I'm going to show you, and you can apply it to gourmet or medicinal. It's up to you. But when we do talk about the medicinal varieties, um, I think it's really important to discern that we have to say it's for research. And so just to keep everyone safe and protected, I know that some states are softer towards psychedelics, but some are not. And so I just wanted to say, if we're talking about medicinal magic, it's for research purposes. All right. So moving forward, I love to collage. Here's just a quick collage of some mushrooms that I have foraged and grew. This center picture, though, is San Jose del Pacifico in Oaxaca. They've just got mushroom motif all around the place. And it's so interesting because when I arrived there, it felt like Northern California to me. Tall conifer trees and evergreens and mist like the coast. And um, it's on the way to the coast from the capital of Oaxaca. But you really get that mist and fog, and it's such a mystical place to experience if you ever get the chance. Um, but to the left of my screen is an amanita. I've harvested them in California before, and the Amanita muscaria is the classic, Super Mario mushroom where, you see it with the red and the little white little specks. But this one here is an Eastern varietal. And so I think it would have gotten a little more orange had I let it. I mean, I actually didn't pick this one. It continued to grow. I just lost track of it. But I was so excited to find one on the East Coast. And then to the right here are reishi mushroom. And I found them in Ithaca, New York. I was living in a really magical wooded area, lots of mist. When there's mist, mushrooms are sure to be around. um, so interestingly, I had found the reishi in the fall, and I was so excited, but they had gone past their prime. And so that spring, I had a dream. It may have been summer, but the season, um, summer season, or the spring season is kind of cold here right up until June. So it may have even been late May. I had a dream of them. And in the dream, they were growing and they were ready for me to come harvest them. And I kid you not, I went out the next day and they were there. They were that picture right here where they're all lined up on the log. And I was able to harvest them. And it's just, tapping into that mycelial mindset. um, and then in the center there is morels. I had henna on my hand. um, morels, and then next to that is chaga. Chaga, another magical quick story about that. I was walking on a trail and I had been looking for chaga for so long. And I'm walking and then I stop. I don't know why though. I just get a feeling. I back up and I look up to the sky. The trees are tall above me and there's a birch tree. And sure enough, there's a chaga right there. And I was able to harvest it because it was winter. And with chaga specifically, you want to harvest it before the sap starts to run in the tree. So it grows on birch, and yeah, found it. So that was a real triumphant moment. And then next to the chaga, there are some flesh of the gods, Teotihuacal. They are a varietal that comes from that Oaxaca region um, that I cultivated years ago. So yeah, just my quick collage. Um, So here's the course outline. Um, I am using Skool as the platform, and we'll get into that a little more later. But each module will be released once a month. So whatever week the module is released, there won't be Q&A, but I'm offering Q&A the other basically 3 weeks out of the month. The first week of Q&A is dedicated to women because I had a large interest of women wanting to learn how to grow. And so I just wanted to create that space for the ladies to have um, ladies' night, you know. So that'll be the first week of the month, but I'll get into all the scheduling and everything as we go. I just wanted to kind of push that out there. Oh, but also you can join Skool for free. And there are a lot of free communities on there. But for my courses, it will be a paid subscription. And so you can join my Skool and then access the course later when you become a premium member. Yeah, so we'll just run through this course outline. Module 1, Mushroom Basics, the Mycelial Mindset. Module 2, Cultivation Basics, Grow Your Own Magic. Module 3, Mushrooms as Food, Medicine, and Teachers. Module 4, Wild Foraging Fundamentals, Safety First, Always. Module 5, Integration and Next Steps, so Harvest, Preservation, and Medicine Making. So Module 1, this is going to be released next Thursday. So really just getting into the basics, really creating respect and a foundational understanding of what mushrooms are, how mycelium is the underground intelligence of the forest. We'll learn about mushrooms' ecological roles as decomposers, symbionts, and healers, as well as the mushroom life cycle. We'll go over safety and ethics, and we're going to explore gear that is needed for cultivation. We'll learn how to make agar and inoculation with spore prints, cultures, and liquid cultures. And so this this workshop is really geared toward everyone, no matter where you are on your mushroom growing journey. So it's perfect for beginners, but also if you know a lot about this already, it can be a great place to, you know, meet more community, and you'll have access to me once a week to, you know, run ideas by, and we can inspire each other. And so it really, I'm going to get all into this in the first module, but there's a lot of ways you can go to begin. And so I think it's best to start with agar. And agar is this, it's made out of a type of seaweed, and you put it in a petri dish, and then you put your spore print or your liquid culture or your other agar culture on it, and it grows, and then you can see the mycelium, and you can make sure that there are no contaminations in it. And if this all sounds like a little like, oh, the terminology is not anything you're used to, that's okay. We're gonna, break it all down as we go. But what I'm saying is the techniques you're gonna learn are gonna be able to apply them to if you just want to make medicine for yourself, for your community, or food for you and your community, um, you can scale it. And so it can be as small or as large as you wish. Um, a quick note, if this is something that interests you, I just received this Lumina mushroom lab. And so this came already inoculated. I'll be teaching how to inoculate and things, but this comes already inoculated. So you wouldn't need a sterilizer. Um, Everything else that we're going to be talking about, you would need a sterilizer, a pressure canner. And I have some resources of really good models. But I just wanted to say that, like, if you're ready to go in and get the pressure canner, I'd say go for it. Um, One cool thing, though, that I just learned is that a lot of libraries actually have tool rental, and you can find a pressure canner for rent at your local library a lot of times. So if you live in a city, you might be more likely to find one there, but um, pressure canners are just like a really wonderful tool to have to preserve all sorts of things. Um, but they're really great for sterilizing mushroom substrate and grains. Um, and so anyway, you can go with something easy like this, and I'm going to document the journey of this along the way, or you can start with the Petri dishes. And so I'm going to teach everyone about them as we go. The last thing I'll say about this is that um, this just came in the mail yesterday from this really beautiful couple out of Colorado Springs, and they're just doing good things for the world. You put your mushroom lab in your house and you just watch them grow. It's just ready to go. So that's an option. Um, yeah, what else? Um, to get materials, I use a website called sporeswap.com, and I can send an email with that information, but it's a really cool site because it's like a directory where there's a lot of vendors. And so you just decide like what type of mushroom varietal you're looking for. And then there are loads of vendors that have them. And you can get it as a syringe, which I'll show you. It would come like this as a syringe of lion's mane mushroom. And so um, this can be used with something like this. Like if you had the grains already sterilized in bags that you can buy like that, then you can just inoculate it with your liquid syringe. The only thing about that is if this was contaminated, um, then it would contaminate your grains. And so that's why I like to use agar, because contamination does happen. It happens to everyone, even the cleanest of places. But um, it's my desire to teach you techniques to like overcome potential contam. And so I'll be teaching, all sorts of ways, but I think the best way is to really start out by putting everything on agar. So then you have your agar plate and your little petri dish, and then you transfer that to your grains. So it goes agar transferred to sterilized grains to substrate. So then you put your grain in the substrate and then you get your fruiting bodies. And yeah, I won't get into too many details right now because I know this might be a lot to take in, but I'm just trying to show you that I do know what I'm talking about. Ah. And then module 2, the cultivation basics, grow your own magic or food. Um, but really the whole process is just so magical. When you get when you're harvesting your fruiting body, your little mushroom, it's like just so satisfying um, after everything that you've learned. So the goal with this module is to empower participants to grow safely at home. And we'll talk about why cultivation is safer than foraging, cultivation versus wild crafting, substrates, so logs, straw, sawdust, and kits, beginner species, oyster, lion's mane, shiitake, sterile versus low-tech methods, fruiting conditions, humidity, light, and airflow. So this will be the second month, and I'm going to be in each module, I'll be posting videos to really show you the process and the different ways that you can go with it. And so the third module will be mushrooms as food, medicine, and teachers. So the goal here is to inspire reverence, not hype. I hear a lot of people say like, oh, mushrooms, like I'm scared. And I love when people say that because I think it really shows that you have reverence for them. You respect them because you're aware of their power. Magic mushrooms are amazing teachers, but we really need to hold them with respect. They are sacred. And that's my goal, to really instill that in my students. We'll understand nutritional value, medicinal traditions, nervous system and immune support, mushrooms as teachers in ecology and patience, and then myths versus facts, which is important. And we'll dive into all that when the time comes. The fourth module is wild foraging fundamentals, safety first, always. And I really want to drive that point home, safety first. I just heard of some people, I think it was in Oakland, who wild harvested and lost their lives, I'm pretty sure. Which, gosh, my heart goes out to them, but it's so important to know what you're eating if you're wild harvesting. And I really think that teaching, the basics, but also if there are poisonous lookalikes, maybe don't, maybe don't, you know? Um, I really think that some mushrooms are like, it's obvious that they are them, like turkey tails, reishi, oyster, chanterelles, morels, things like this, truffles. But yeah, we'll get into all that too, common lookalikes and stories and case studies. Um, the golden rule, never eat what you can't 100% identify. Ethics of foraging, leave no trace, take little. If I'm not sure about a mushroom, I tend to not pick it. I only harvest what I can for sure identify. But if you are curious to find out if a mushroom is a certain variety, you can pick it and do a spore print, because sometimes the spores will indicate what variety they are, which is quite interesting. And so that, we'll get into. And so mushroom anatomy for ID, habitat clues, trees, soil, seasons, um, common toxic lookalikes to respect and avoid. This workshop teaches identification skills, not reckless eating. So then the fifth module is integration and next steps. So harvest, preservation, and medicine making. The goal is to move forward feeling confident with your new knowledge. And um, how to continue learning safely, field guides and resources, local mycology groups, journal integration prompts, harvesting, and storage basics. And so, um, yeah, I'll show different techniques for drying after the harvest to preserve. You could get a food dehydrator if you don't already have one, but also keeping your mushrooms like, I don't know, this winter has been so dry in my house that they are just drying like by leaving them out on a rack in my office. They'll just dry on their own. And I know not all seasons will permit that, but just something to consider. Some people even use their oven on a very low setting to dry. I've never tried that personally, but if you don't have a dehydrator, it'd be worth trying. And then, medicine making, which is so fun. I can teach how to make tinctures. I like to make infused chocolates, mushroom infused chocolates. And something I haven't done before, but I'm looking forward to doing, is making blue honey. Um, I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but it's a medicine with honey, and apparently it gets stronger the longer it sits. But you put your psilocybin in the honey, and yeah, it just it preserves it, but also makes it like more rich and potent over time. I'm still learning about that myself, so I don't want to speak too much to it, but there's just really so many things you can do with mushrooms. They're so versatile and magical in their own way, all kinds. Um, and guys, I haven't been checking the chat, so I'm just gonna look real quick. Oh, yay. It's so good to have you guys here. Okay. So, um, so then just the Skool membership, it's going to be, I'm leaning towards $33 a month. And it's, I'm going to drop one monthly module and then the weekly Q&A, and there's a discussion forum on Skool. The first week of the month is dedicated to just the women, and then you will have access to all of my workshops. So, um, currently on Skool, I'm only going to have this one because it's live. So just Mushroom 101. But my next workshop is Mindful Microdosing, which is a 12-week series that teaches you how to microdose safely and effectively. And each week we explore a different psychological theme. And so I have my master's in psychology from the East West Psychology program at the California Institute of Integral Studies, and CIS for short, because that's a mouthful. Um, and I presented, um, oh, well, this is segueing me into my next workshop, but I want to do a workshop about Jung's Red Book, and that was my presentation for graduation, was all about Jungian journaling to create like a grimoire of magic and spells through your unconscious, unlocking, you know, deep hidden truths and the shadow. And so that's still in the works, a workshop about that, but that'll be on Skool. But mindful microdosing does get into shadow work. So 12 weeks and then um, different themes for each week. So the first week is like finding your correct dosage and following a protocol, setting your intention, that sort of thing. And then you slowly find your rhythm. And then by like week 3, um, I don't remember exactly what week is what, but we get into Jungian journaling, shadow work, parts work, um, somatics, exploring the quantum field, chakras, human design, um, And there's 12 weeks, and so we go through a lot of different themes. But so I'm going to have that on Skool as well, but it's going to be live after this workshop. So after this workshop runs its course, it's just going to be there for you to access at any time. So if you're not ready to join yet, that's okay. You join whenever you're ready. And I will put up some free resources on there and on my website so that you can see things that you would need to buy to start your cultivation journey. Um, and so, yeah, I'm saying if this coming week, this Thursday is you're not feeling quite ready, that's okay. Just know that the course will be there for you to access anytime. And um, you can return to it or stay for the other workshops. I just learned on Skool, like once you sign up for a membership, and if the host decides to increase the membership price, those first people who signed up are grandfathered in. So you stay with that subscription price if the price were to go up in the future. So I thought that was pretty cool. Um, yes. So I went in a lot of directions here. I yeah, so I guess I'm ready for Q&A. If anyone has a question right off the bat, there's no rush, but I will slowly stop sharing the screen here and we can go back to learning can do the gallery view. Um, okay, I did get a question in the chat. So, um, is the online membership different than the course or are they intertwined? So yes, the membership gives you access to the course. So there's no extra fee. I think for the full workshop, it would come out to, um, let me see, let me do my math. I usually charge per the workshop, but this way I'm trying something different this time. So 33 times the 5. So that would be $165 if you did the full workshop, the 5 months that it's going to be. Which I don't know. That I feel like that price isn't too bad. I almost had it a little higher, but I'm like, oh, I just want to like get established in the Skool platform. But all blah, times are tough, so we all want to like make sure we are receiving what we're worth, but also making this accessible to other people. So, um, so the membership gives you access to my courses and to me once a week. So, and then Shelby had the question, how long does it take for the mushrooms to grow? So I'm going to just use this as a tool to kind of describe. Yeah, Emily, and if you have any more questions, just ask. I hope that was clear. Um, so I'm going to just grab one more thing. Okay. So here is an agar dish, a petri dish with agar. You can kind of see the agar, but then the mycelium is growing on top. And that little thing in the center, that was a piece of agar from another petri dish, but I took transfers and I'll teach you about that. But so if you're starting from here, it takes about maybe 2 weeks to get this fully colonized. And then from here, we would cut up all of these cut this into little tiny pieces, and you put it into a jar this size, my water jar, no, but a quart jar, a mason jar that would be full of grains that are sterilized. So once you get to here, that's like, and once this fully colonizes, that's another 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the strain, actually. Some strains grow faster than others. So that, we'll give it a month before you would go to the next step, which is putting the colonized grain into a bin that is going to be your your mushroom chamber, and that has substrate in it. So you mix, if you're doing the classic monotub, you would take 6 of these and you would make the substrate out of cocoa coir, gypsum and vermiculite, and water. And so you'd mix that into the bin so that the mushrooms have more food to eat. The mycelium has more food to eat, and then they become mushrooms. So it really takes a while. It takes a while. I want to say at least 2 months. I'd say 2 months, maybe even a little longer. If you start from this point. Now, you can get these agar dishes sent to your home already colonized. And so that's a route I really like to do because it kind of cuts out a step of starting with a spore. Because if you start with a spore, that takes even longer. And maybe you have time, so it's no big deal, or maybe you want to get these going quickly. And so, oh, great question. I'll be right there with it. If you were to go this route, so I got this yesterday and they said that there should be pins within 2 weeks. So a lot of things go into account. You got to make sure your space is warm enough for them. And so I use a little grow tent in my office that you can find like in any gardening store to keep it 72 to 75 degrees because my house is really cold. So I keep them in there because it's a space I can control the temperature. But if you were to go with something like this, so this is substrate already inoculated. Like they went from the agar to the grain to the substrate, and that's what this is. And so this is already colonized. And so I probably will get mushrooms within a month or so. They said pins within 7 to 14 days, and then the mushrooms will start to grow. And then you can do multiple flushes on this. So once I pick all the mushrooms off of this, I can soak it in water and more will grow. You can do it like 3 or 4 times. And so, yeah, I'd say 2 to 3 months. Um, each kind is kind of different. Um, but do you know what day and time we'll be meeting weekly? So originally I was thinking Thursday nights at 6 p.m. EST. It's a guaranteed time. I have childcare. That's why I've been doing my evenings. But lately I've been kind of thinking of like a Sunday at noon EST. So it would be 9 a.m. Pacific. I would really love your input if you guys have a preference. So either 6 p.m. on a weeknight or 12 p.m. on Sunday. Yeah, because I would really love to have you all there if you want to move forward with me and join. It would be so great. Thursdays, I got to vote for Thursdays. So I'm serious though. I'll take a tally and you know, make it work. Or we could even do like women's night is like its own week. I'm dedicated to making it work for you guys. So yeah, I'm not being wishy-washy at all. I don't feel concrete in one of the days at this moment. And so if someone does have a strong preference, please just let me know. You can email me. Okay, good to know. Um, yeah. And if you guys do want to take yourselves off mute and put your camera on, that's welcome here. No pressure. But if you want to have if you have any other questions and you want to ask, feel free. I know that was a lot of
Yes.
information I just dropped on you guys.
Hi.
Hi.
It's nice to meet face to face. So, um,
Likewise, Shelby.
yeah, I don't think I have any more questions. I just figured I'd say hi.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you did. It's good to see
Mhm.
you.
Yeah, that was a good presentation. I think you did good. So, is this your first time like teaching this workshop?
This particular one, yes. Yep. The
Mhm.
mindful microdosing, this next round will be my second time doing it live. But so I've done it, I did it last summer, and then in this format, it was Zoom, weekly
Mm.
Zoom meetings. It's my first time uploading everything onto Skool. Um, have
Mhm.
you been on that platform before?
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
a part of other groups in
Oh,
school.
you
So,
are. Okay,
mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
I thought of like having my own school group, but I think you have to pay to have a school group, right? Like to participate.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they make you pay.
Mhm. I'm pretty sure it was like somewhat expensive. I don't know, it was like $100 or something.
Yeah, it is it's $100 a month. It's
A
like,
month. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I know it is kind of crazy. I'm like, I'm really hoping this works.
Right?
No, you can do one that's cheaper actually, that's like $10 a month, I think, but it really kind of confines what you can do with it. Like you
Hmm.
can't, I don't know, there's all the like when you pay the extra, you get more access to things.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's tiers, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Um, but yeah, so I will be doing the mindful microdosing class again, and it'll be my second time teaching it, but I do offer that program to my one-on-one clients. So I've been pretty experienced with teaching it. Um, but yeah, this is my first time with this one, so I'm excited and
Mhm.
also, you know,
Yeah.
just
I'm
ready to
excited.
like overcome the whole new learning curve of different platforms. So
Yep. It always is. Yeah. No, I'm excited. I have experience with microdosing, but not growing or foraging. So I was like, I know nothing about all the details. So it's interesting to, I'm interested to learn all the details of it.
Oh, awesome. Well,
Mhm.
I'm so happy you're here because when I first started out, like I didn't know where to begin, really, like especially with buying gear. I
Mhm.
just like went for it. And I had a credit card and I maxed it out. And then I ended up not needing like a lot of stuff that I bought. And it's like, wow, if I just had like a mentor or someone to sort of guide me along the way, I
Mhm.
could have saved myself
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
much.
because I don't picture myself like searching out the information everywhere. For me, it's easier where it's just all there and someone is teaching it to me, I guess. So it makes it
Yeah,
easier. And if I have any questions, then I can just ask.
exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. Even, like buying a pressure canner, when I was doing it, I found an electric one so you don't have to use a stove. And I was like, oh, electric, but it's like 5 times, 7 or 8 times actually more expensive than the one that goes on the stove. I was
Oh,
like, oh, I'll just do that. It'll be better. But it wasn't really better. And I could have
yeah.
saved money that way. And so I'm here to also help you guys
Hmm.
navigate the shopping of the gear to
Hmm.
help you know what you need and what you don't need. But
Mm,
I will say the Lumina, these are $135. But I have a discount code Soul Beauty if you guys are interested in these, the Lumina Mushroom Lab. They're 135 bucks and Soul Beauty discount code will get you 10% off. So it's a little deal.
mm.
Um, but yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Where are you from, Shelby?
I'm in New Hampshire.
Oh, cool. Northeast.
Yep. It's cold here, so
So cold. Oh,
yes.
so
I
cold.
think it was like 15 degrees today, so
Oh,
yeah. I've never like gone out in but like I've seen mushrooms just grow randomly here or there, but like I don't know what any of the mushrooms are or I've never like picked them, so
yeah. Well, we'll make sure you know all the keys, that it's safe to do.
yeah.
Hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, so good to have you here.
hmm I'm glad. I'm glad I found you. I
Did
kept
you?
seeing your thread posts like every week or month or so about like this class, and I was like, I gotta remember. I can't forget. I have to remember.
I know it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and Threads has been such a cool platform to like really gain some interest. And so, um, I know I just keep flooding it now though with, oh, mushroom class is coming.
No,
Sign
keep
up,
doing it.
sign
Yeah,
up.
keep it up because that's like I feel like how you'll get people. Like you
Yeah.
gotta like keep reminding people.
All right. I won't shut up. I'm just
Don't.
keep Hmm. Does anyone else want to say hi?
So
No
sweet.
pressure. Oh, there's only five of us here. Hey, Emily.
Hi there. I'll pop in. How are you?
Good. Thanks. How are you?
Good. Good. I had a question about in your email that you sent out about the this class. At the very end, there's like a image I'm looking at right now for Soul Cybin.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure, sure. Yeah. So Soul Cybin is a company that I started working with mm, maybe about 5 months ago or so, but they are just a really great resource. Like I've looked around a lot for companies that offer microdoses so
Mhm.
that I can share these resources with my clients. Um, and so I just found that they have a lot of integrity with their product and their product is clean and
Mm.
um, they have a master mycologist. And what I like about it too is that they put ginger powder in their
Yeah.
blends, and so it's much easier on the digestive system. And I used the Inner Peace blend in its totality, and so are you new to microdosing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
brand new.
brand
But
new.
I've
Yeah,
been doing my own research and struggling with the fact that no one can really talk about this stuff. You know,
I
everyone feels
know.
like it's using this like language, and I'm like, wait, are we talking about culinary mushrooms? Or are we talking about like the good stuff? Because I want the good stuff. I mean, not that
Yes.
culinary mushrooms aren't good, but yeah, and just struggling. And then I came across you on Threads, and I was like, okay, this seems like a real person with actual who's gonna like talk about the process. So.
Yeah, yeah. So, and aside from my psychology degree, I also did a psychedelic integration
Mm.
certification, and
Oh,
so
cool.
I do have psychedelic training as well.
Cool.
But yeah, I found psilocybin to just be accessible, and they ship all across the US,
Yeah.
and they have different blends. So I use the Inner Peace blend, but they also have some with adaptogens, and it's just a good product.
Okay. Cool.
I clearly show people how to make their own product, but with me seeing clients like on a broader base. I just wanted a company that I could refer them to that I believe in. And so that's where that relationship grew out of. But
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is like I think like for longer term the growing is probably like the most sustainable, but because I am so brand new, like I wanted something to just sort of like I just want to test the waters. Like I just want to
Yeah.
see, and so something like that, like a product that I could literally just purchase a container.
Yeah. 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 They do. They have different sizes like and then you probably received my guide on
I did.
microdosing 101.
Yeah.
And so, finding your protocol so that you're
Yeah.
taking a break every couple days. I have an ebook too that lays out like a 30-day protocol. So you don't really
Okay.
have to think much about it. It
Okay.
says what day to dose, what days to break, and then each day has a theme. It's kind of like a ritual, a 30-day ritual.
Oh,
It's
awesome.
listed in my link in bio if it's something that interests you. But
Okay.
we will be doing the mindful microdosing course live again. But microdosing can be really personal. And so you don't necessarily need to join a
Hmm.
class or a group to experience the benefits of it.
Yeah.
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 But some people do like a little extra support. That's why I created the ebook. And then
Hmm.
I do see people one-on-one to kind of
Oh,
guide them along. Yeah.
interesting. Hmm. Cool.
But if you go to Soul Siben's website too, they have a lot of resources and
Okay.
yeah, aside from their product, they have like just guides and just different things to read that can help
Okay.
you. Mhm.
Could you give an estimation of the tools required to grow, like the like a general cost of what that
Mhm.
might look like to first like to get like fully set up, what that might be, those initial charges?
Yeah, so the thing about it is that you don't need to buy everything at once,
Okay.
because you kind of do it as you go.
Okay.
And so straight away, I would say you wanted to get the pressure canner,
Uh-huh.
which is about $100. You can
Okay.
find they're usually like 130 or so. You can find them cheaper, different brands, but I like to go with the Presto. I did make a shopping list on my website that
Oh, okay.
has Amazon links for a lot of stuff. You won't
Okay.
need all of that right away, but it can give you an idea. I should give a ballpark number. So I'd say like 500, you
Okay.
know?
Okay.
That's why I want to also offer like the Lumina to people who want to like
Uh-huh.
grow but don't have that money to invest right away,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
know?
Okay.
Um, but if you take the class, then you can really understand exactly what you'll need as you go,
Yeah. That's my
you
thought.
know?
It's like then you just become like self-sustaining, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was thinking too, if people wanted to like um do this workshop with friends, like you could invest
Mm.
in a piece of equipment together and
Hmm.
share it because you don't need it like all the time. You
Yeah.
would just need it when you're sterilizing. Um, and like you would sterilize your agar and then the grains. And so that is like month 1 and 2, but then you're not going to need it for a
Mm.
while. And
Hmm.
so if you could rent it from the library, like I said, or if you have like an
Yeah.
old lady food uh, preserver in your neighborhood who you think
Yeah.
would have
I bet
one
my
that you could
library
borrow.
has it because I know we have that. I've seen when I'm at the library, I've seen the like rent a tool and you can rent like
Yeah.
puzzles and stuff, which is really cool. So I wonder if they do have yeah, I bet they do.
So like I said, I did post on my website under the Mushroom 101 tab, the list of things. And so it's kind of extensive, but some things you might even already have around your house, like
Mm.
for instance, paper towels or like
Sure.
isopropyl alcohol,
Yeah.
or spray
Yeah.
bottles, because
Yeah.
these are just like little things you'll need. But some things are really cheap, like a scalpel or like a pack of 10 of these Petri dishes is like $10.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I'd say like 500 probably is a base.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
can get you where to get you good and started. Um,
If you buy that kit, do you need the pressure
no,
thing? Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's good.
No. So that kit, it's it's just gonna go on its
Mm.
own. Yeah.
And so are there different strains in that kit? Like, do you pick the strain that you
You can
want?
pick the strain.
Oh,
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
okay. Got it.
Yep. And that could be a really good place to start, you know. I'm going to document my journey along the way with it and just show you how easy it is to go this route. It is a little expensive, but they do all the hard work for you. So,
Cool.
Okay.
yeah, so you wouldn't need the pressure canner. Yeah.
I mean, it's good to know to like from the very beginning, but either way, could try
Yeah.
both ways, you know?
Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to just put it all out there, you know, like we're all in different places. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah.
Okay.
Where are you, Emily?
Boston.
Boston. Oh, look at all this Northeastern
Right?
girl.
You're like an hour away from me. Not
Yeah.
even less than an hour.
I'm outside of Ithaca, New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's located in New York, if that's
It's in the Finger Lakes, so like in the middle, kind of
okay.
the southern
Probably,
tier.
it's probably like a 3 hours or so for me.
Mm.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. We're like between New York City and Buffalo.
Mm.
Got it.
Like,
Hmm.
Cool.
but I just moved back here after a 7-year adventure out west. So I yeah, I'm back here now, but I left Ithaca in 2018 and moved to New Mexico, and then I went to the Bay Area and was out there for my grad school experience, even though COVID hit and everything was on Zoom. So
Mm.
my
Oh.
fantasy of becoming a psychedelic socialite in San Francisco was
Well,
put on hold.
uh, you plan on going back or?
I'd like to. My my family all lives around here, and I have like my son is nearly 2, and so I wanted him to be a little connected to family because my family don't travel at all. So, you know, we have to go to them. Um,
Mhm.
but my partner's family lives out there still, and so I wouldn't
Mhm.
mind. The weather is just so lovely.
So,
I know. I'm like, I need to move somewhere warm as soon as possible.
Yeah.
yeah, this winter's been brutal.
Hmm. House.
Um, well, all right, you lovely people. Thanks so much for coming here tonight.
Thank
And Bianca and Ebony, I hope that you received everything you needed to hear. And I'll be posting this video. Is it okay if I post it on YouTube for you guys? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just want your permission because I could edit it, but I don't know how. I mean, I could figure it out, but if it's okay if I just put it on there
Hmm. Yeah.
for the replay. Okay.
you.
Thank you. Um, all right. Oh, no worries, Bianca. Enjoy your workout. And yeah, well, I hope to, connect with you guys soon. And I'll just send out some more emails. But if you do go with Soul Cybin, make sure you use that discount code too, Emily, just because every little bit helps.
Cool. Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.